What's up, Makkadeen family and listening audience? Hoping everything is well with you. Today I'm going to go into the ever present subject and discussion of love from a Makkadeen perspective. And even though I wrote this book, like the old saying goes, a teacher teaches that which he himself is in most need of learning. So I'm the first student of what I wrote in 2016 that didn't end up really getting printed until 2020. However, the words in this book are so timely and relevant to everything that's going on today because once again, the Makkadeen is essential knowledge. Not the trivial bullshit that everybody's talking about for the most part, but that knowledge that a man and woman really needs in this day and time. So, chapter 8 is entitled, Love, a Double-Edged Sword. Love, a double-edged sword. And it's ironic that Will Smith, after he slapped Brother Chris in the face last week, said that love makes you do crazy things. And that's how we start this chapter with a quote from the infamous Sigmund Freud, who said, "One is very crazy when in love." And by the way, this is based on personal experience, observation, and science. Although it's just a 4.5-page chapter, like I said in a latter chapter, this book was deliberately compacted with a whole lot of information that would take volumes of books to put together, but we condensed it. We condensed it in the Makkadeen so that the layman can get the quick thrust and jolt that's needed to get back on course. So, there are two major types of love in the world. Number one, the original, true, and love that's expressed most vividly via a mother's love towards her newborn baby. A love that's pure, with another best interest at heart. Its actual meaning is unselfish, loyal, and benevolent concern for the good of another. That's the good love, the original love. Number two, the counterfeit love, a disease. The so-called love based on lies and selfishness. The prevailing type of love in America and most of Earth today. Said love is the basis of this chapter. The true love referred to as agape, even in family life, is nearly non-existent. Both loves produce offsprings that reveal what type of love is their parent. The real love produces peace, health, and endures. The counterfeit love produces strife, disease, and unravels. Both, however, are chemical based. It's nothing more embarrassing than to see a man smitten by the insanity of the disease referred to as love. From jumping erratically on couches on TV, like old Tom Cruise did on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and out of parachutes, to the creation of songs like All of Me and I Can't Live Without You, etc. Alfalfas and dodos can be seen all over the world regularly sacrificing themselves at the altars of their Hieronic and dizzy goddesses. But men, a word of caution. The disease called love is nothing to be played with, especially by you, brothers. It's a dangerous intoxicant that is more toxic to you than the woman. For starters, it's not even an emotion. Scientists have discovered that said love is a brain state. Said love is a brain state that intensifies or decreases other emotions. Love is one of the most irrational behaviors for both men and women, but far worse for men, which is why men who are jilted while in said diseased state of love are 3 to 4 times likely to commit suicide than women. Listen. Said love shares brain circuits with obsession, mania, intoxication, thirst, and hunger. It overlaps with the sex drive area of the brain and runs on neurochemicals such as dopamine, estrogen, oxytocin, and testosterone. The classic symptoms of this love are familiar to the initial effects of drugs such as amphetamine, cocaine, and opiates like heroin, morphine, and oxycontin. Listen to this. The amygdala, the brain fear alert system, is turned way down when love circuits are running full blast. Keep these facts in mind. Number one, the amygdala, also referred to as the emotional brain, is larger in men. The prefrontal cortex, which rules emotions and keeps them from going wild, is larger and more active in women. See, we're dealing with science. We're dealing with science. That's what the Makkadeen deals with. Facts, observation, and science. Okay, I'm excited. Excuse me. Okay, the prefrontal cortex literally puts the brakes on the amygdala. The insanity called love, left unchecked, totally alienates a man from his nature and literally places himself, family, and society in severe potential danger. Love gone bad for a man can very well spell homicide, suicide, incarceration, etc. Man's prefrontal cortex is not equipped to break the overwhelming weight of an arrested amygdala, which once smitten makes a man like unto a runaway train. Check that shit out. That's what Will Smith is going through. And countless unsung men throughout the world who are in the cage of this fake ass love that is produced from deceit, selfishness, and the misuse and abuse of sex. The evil, which is love spelled backwards, which I'm going to get into, called love, was created by shrewish women. Shrewish. It's wise. Who knew that even if and when one of their species got infected, that due to their neurophysical constitution, of women that is, they'd be more likely to outsurvive the alfalfa, the man, of their target. But back to this evil, which is love spelled backwards, which brings to light what I'm talking about in regards to the positive, nourishing, pure love, opposed to the manufactured fake love. Now, evil, love spelled backwards is evil in the pronunciation only. But when you look at evil spelled backwards, it's the root of evolve or evolution. Because true love fosters growth, fosters love, fosters life, promotes life. The fake love is temporary. It's based on lust, materialism, or whatever, but it's fleeting. It's like a shooting star. It looks good when you're holding hands in the beginning, the first 90 days, kissing and hugging, and even the farts smell good to each other. However, once it wears off and the chemicalization that is produced by the endorphins and the other chemical cocktails, they wear off. Then you're seeing each other in your proper images. And you don't even like yourself, so you know you're not going to like each other. So evil. And what's crazy is today, something told me to look up evil. E-V, E-V-O-L. Something told me to look it up to see what it would say from a, a definition perspective. I'm just excited, excuse me.